everyone. Nice that you are joining my practice again. Actually today I was planning to work a little bit towards splits, towards Hanumanasana. Also as an introduction for a nice project that I'm going to do with a couple of hosts here on Instagram. I think we can start at the 1st of June already, so stay tuned. And I also like to focus a little bit more onto the breath today. I focused last week on my own breath, and just see if you can find some more space into your body by breathing deeply. Sometimes you just need to be aware of the fact that the breath needs to go all the way to your belly, to your pelvic floor. You don't want to breathe up into your chest. So see if you can focus on that. The moment you lose your breath, really back off a little bit. It's so important to stay connected with your in and exhalations. Keep some part of your body soft and calm so it feels like it can go deeper into your poses. So see if you can start into a comfortable seated position. Maybe you like to bring your shoulders to your ears a few times. See if you can release a little bit of tension up there. And then you just let them drop away from your ears. And take a moment to arrive here onto your mat. If your knees are way higher than your hips, make sure you can sit onto a block. If you think you might use your blocks during your practice, just grab them for a moment. And then see if you can just listen to your body, to your breath. Not changing anything yet about your natural breathing. Just observe it. Start to be aware of it. Maybe you notice that you still breathe deep into your chest, maybe lower into your belly. The only movement you feel is the in and exhalations flowing through your body. Maybe on every inhale you feel that you grow a little bit. Crown of your head rises up, sitting bones stay rooted down. And on your exhale you just soften your shoulders, your face, even more. Let go of any thoughts. Empty your mind. Keep the back of your neck long. Maybe you bring your chin slightly towards you. Feel the length at the back of your neck. Every inhalation, you fill up your lungs. Use the full capacity. Let them spread to the sides, the front, the back, up and down. On your exhalation, just soften everything again. Filling up like a balloon and emptying again. Every inhalation you can fill up with new prana, new life energy. On every exhale you just release whatever you don't need anymore. Maybe you automatically feel that your breath is getting deeper and longer. Maybe you create a soft sound at the back of your throat. If you like to, you just stay here for a couple more deep in and exhalations with one hand on your chest, one onto your belly. See if both hands can move. Really let the breath sink down to Just stay here for one more deep in and exhalation. Slowly releasing your hands and then cross your legs the other way around. Just bring your hands onto your knees or onto your thighs. Start with making some circles up here. See if you can loosen up your hips. Finding some space in between every vertebra. Stay connected with your in and exhalations. You can move your neck, your shoulders. Feel if there is any stiffness in your body. Maybe you like to reverse the circle. Then you come all the way back to the center. And from here, just bring your hands next to you for a moment. You don't need to bring it onto the floor. You can just lengthen it out. You feel the length into your spine, the length into your arms. Sitting bones pressing down, crown of your head rises up. And then from here you lengthen your right arm up, slowly move over to the left. And gently move over to the right. A few times on your inhale, rise up. And on your exhale, slowly sink down. Maybe you can just make it even, slower. Just see if you can keep on moving on your breath. Keeping your sitting bones down. Just finding some space into your side body. Maybe one more time to each side. And then slowly come all the way back to the center. Extending your arms up. Give yourself a nice stretch. Maybe you look up, pull your arms a little bit behind your ears, just to stretch everything out even more. And then from there you bring your hands in front of you. If you're sitting onto a block or onto a cushion, remove it from under your sitting bones. Just walk your hands all the way forward. Take a deep breath. And then you sink down. Just release everything and take a moment to ask yourself if you want to set an intention for your practice or for your day, for anything else. Then slowly lift your heart up. Maybe you can walk your hands all the way forward, rolling over your knees. And then when you're onto your hands and knees, see if you can gently lift your heart up. Sitting bones up, arching your back a little bit, open up your chest. And on your exhalation, round. Coiling your navel in, spread your shoulder blades. 2 more times, lift your heart forward and up. And exhale, slowly bow forward. Chin to your chest, press your back up. 1 more time. Deep inhale, lift. And exhale, slowly coil in. Then you come back to the center. Bring your right foot all the way up. Lift your heart up into the sky. Maybe you pulse that leg up a few times. Then bring your left hand onto your heart. Open your chest here. See if you can circle your left hand to your right foot. Push your foot away. Keep your shoulders aligned. Don't drop your head. Keep your chin lifted. Neck in one line with the rest of your spine. And slowly release. Round your back if you like. And gently come back to the center. Chin up. Push your left foot up. Just pulse it up a few times. Start to feel the muscles in your back, your glutes, opening up your hip. And then you can bring your right hand onto your heart. Maybe you circle your right hand to your left foot. And then push it away. See, really feel the stretch into your your chest too, into your arm, your shoulder, your left hip. And gently bring your knee back, hand down to the floor. Maybe around one more time. And then come back to the center, tuck your toes under. Bring your sitting bones all the way to your heels. And see if you can keep your sitting bones close to your heels. Just lift your knees off the floor. Pull your knees all the way to your chest. Sitting bones to the back, long arms. And then really slowly, slowly, slowly keep your knees close to your ribs. Start to stretch out. Then you can start to bend your knees one by one. Walking your dog. Maybe your thighs still are touching your rib cage when you bend it nice and deep. Keep the length into your side body. Stretch it out. Maybe you want to move your hips a little bit or swing your heels from side to side. And then you come to stillness. Make sure that you keep your arms long. Spread your fingers wide. See if you can keep your knees bent if you're bringing your weight forward even more. Really press your sitting bones to the back and up. And then stay here for one more deep in and exhalation. And then you can start to walk your feet forward. If it works, first your heel, then the ball of your foot, and then your toes. So an exercise to just walk forward like that, stretching out the back of your legs. Maybe you need to bend your knees, fold your upper body over your thighs. You can catch your heels or your ankles, maybe your calves. Really pull your upper body over your legs. If you're here hanging into the back of your legs, bring your weight forward, bend your knees deeper, bow from your hips. Keep your weight into the balls of your feet or your toes, not into the back of your thighs. Keep your neck long, your face relaxed. See if you can breathe deeply into the tight parts. Also still to your belly. Gently start to bend your knees, roll up vertebra by vertebra, coming up into a standing position. Let's see if you can bring your big toes together, heels slightly apart, hands come in front of your heart. Make sure your elbows are not dropped. Strong upper back, strong shoulders. And then from here you extend your arms all the way up. And slowly bow down from your hips, soft knees, hands next to your feet. Half lift on your inhalation, flat spine. You can always bring your hands a little bit higher. And then from here you step your feet back into a high plank. See if you can shift your weight a little bit to the front and to the back. Start to feel the muscles around your core, not hanging into your hips or into your lower back. So not into your shoulders. You can always see if you can press your shoulder blades, the space in between your shoulder blades up a little bit. And then from here you release your knees down, come all the way down onto your belly. Feet stay onto the floor. Slowly lift your heart up, open your chest into an easy baby cobra. And slowly come back. Two more, deep inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, lower down. Last time, lift your heart up. And gently lower. And then tuck your toes under, sitting bones to the back. Come back into downward dog. And just take a few in and exhales here. Don't overstretch your legs. Really focus on shifting the weight back, sitting bones back and up. If you need to bend your knees deeply, that's fine. Heels can stay off the floor. Just your wrists to your sitting bones. Staying here for one more deep breath. Then look in between your hands, soften your knees, and take a big step forward. Half lift on your inhalation, and on your exhale, lower back down. On your inhale, rise up. Keep using your full breath, and exhale, hands back. One more time, deep inhale, rise up. And exhale, fold forward. Half lift on your inhalation. And exhale, step your feet back into high plank. Now slowly bring your knees down. Chin and chest just above the floor. And lift your heart forward and up into Cobra. Really feel that you press your neck out of your shoulders, lengthen. And come all the way back into Downward Dog. And then from here you can start to bring your right leg up. Keep your hips parallel. Maybe you look to your own right foot. See if you can bring your right leg in a long line with your right arm, your side body. Just a beautiful diagonal line up to the sky. One more deep breath here. Your inhale, you find even more length, and on your exhale, pull your knee all the way to your nose, high onto your left toes. Deep inhale, stretch your leg back and up. And exhale, knee back to your nose, coiling in, hips are low. One more time, deep inhale, rise. And exhale, knee to your chest. Look in between your hands. And softly step your foot all the way forward. Now from here, see if you can go a little bit to the front and to the back. Start to feel the stretch into your left hip flexors. Keep that left kneecap pulling up. Try not to collapse into your hips. And then slowly bring your knee all the way down to the floor. From here, see if you can lift your arms up. Now first, shift your weight back and all the way forward. Slowly rise back up and let your weight come all the way down to your right foot. One more time, lift up and gently go all the way to the front. Now first, feel that you can lengthen through the sides of your body, through your arms. Keep your shoulder blades down. Maybe you look up in between the palms of your hands. Stay aware of your breath. One more deep inhale. On your exhalation, open your elbows, open your heart. Big circle forward and up. And exhale, slowly sink even deeper into your hips. One more time, rise up. And exhale, open. And bring your hands next to your right foot. Take a deep inhale, lift your heart up. You can bring your blocks under your hands if you want to. And then shift your hips back. Pull your right toes towards you. Come all the way back with your hips forward to your right foot. And gently press your hips back. Pull your toes towards the crown of your head. Two more. Hips down, heart up. Release the lower back. And slowly bow forward. Last time, gently forward with your hips and then press them back. Now from here you come back onto your right foot, tuck your left toes under, lengthen your left leg out. Squeeze your navel in a little bit so you're not collapsing. Maybe you keep your blocks under your hands and then take a deep inhale, heart forward. And exhale, hips up. You can come high onto your left toes, bow over your right thigh. Bend only your right knee, keep pushing your left heel back. And bow all the way forward. Last two, deep inhale, lift your heart, left heel to the back. And slowly bend over that right thigh, right hip back. Last time, lift your heart. And exhale, slowly bend forward. And from here you bend your right knee, gently bring your right arm all the way up. Turn all your toes to the right side, and then if you want to, you can step your right foot on top of your left. Press in. One more inhale here. And then bring your hand down. Slowly come into low plank or knees, chin and chest down. Cobra or maybe up dog. And rise back into downward facing dog. And then take a moment, feel your breathing. If you can keep your in and exhalations the same length. And then bring your left leg up. Try not to let your knee move to the side. Really keep your inner thighs rotating a little bit towards each other. Just extend through the ball of your foot. Shift your weight to the back. Maybe you look to your own foot. You can always spread your toes. One more deep inhalation. And then on your exhale, drag your knee all the way to your nose, coiling in. Deep inhale, extend back up. And exhale, gently coiling in. Rise up one more time. And pull your knee towards you. Softly step your foot to the front. Make sure your step is big enough. You can always bring that left foot forward a little bit more. And then shift your weight to the front and to the back. You start to feel the stretch into the front of your right thigh, into your hip flexors. Try not to hang into it. Keep everything centered. One more in and exhale. And then bring your right knee down to the floor. Slowly bringing your arms all the way up. Now also here, stay aware of the alignment of your hips. And from here you bring your weight back. And let your hips melt down. Keep everything squared. Slowly lift back up. And gently lower. Soft back. 2 more times. And come forward. Last time. Lift up. And lower down. Now stay here for a moment. Really let your weight melt forward. Your hips in the direction of your left foot. Make sure your heel is not coming off the floor. Maybe you feel the length even more through your arms, through your sides. Maybe you gaze up in between the palms of your hands. One more deep inhale here. On your exhalation, open up. Slowly circle back up. Really feel the massage of your shoulder blades over the back of your ribs. One more time, rise up. And exhale, slowly open. Then you bring your hands back next to your left foot. Tuck your right toes under, extend your right leg out. Maybe you bring your blocks under your hands and then take a deep inhale, lift your heart. Sorry, we forgot something. Take a deep inhale, lift your heart up. Keep your right knee on the floor. And exhale, slowly push your hips back. Pull your left toes towards you. This is my favorite variation, so we cannot forget it. Lift your heart up, open your chest. And slowly bow all the way down. Pull the toes towards you. 2 more times. Lift your heart, let your hips melt down. And gently shift your hips back, weight forward. Last time, open up. And hips all the way back. Then you come back onto your left foot. Tuck your right toes under, extend your right leg now. You can keep your blocks under your hands, heart lifts. And exhale, slowly bow over that left thigh, push your hips up. Bend only your left knee. And gently bow back forward. Pull that left hip back even more. 2 more. Lift your heart. Do it on your breath. And bow down. Last time. Deep inhalation. And exhale. Push your hips up. Then bend your left knee. Right hand onto the floor. Then open your left arm. Turn your toes to the left side. It's fine if you stay here. Or you step your left foot on top of your right. Suck your inner thighs together. Squeeze your feet together. Maybe you look up to your left thumb. And then slowly go through your vinyasa from here. Just choose your own options. Back into downward dog. And then notice your in and exhalations. Notice your body. Maybe you already find some more space. One more deep in and exhale here. And then bring your feet together. Extend your right leg up. Slowly bend your right knee. Bring your right hip on top of your left. See if you can keep your shoulders aligned. Keep pressing back. Make sure you're not going to drop into your shoulders. Really pull that right knee up. Maybe you pull that right heel a little bit closer to your left sitting bone. One more deep in and exhale here. And then extend all the way back up. Now bring your right knee to your right upper arm or shoulder. And rise back up. Right knee crosses to your left arm. And lift back up. And then bring your knee to your chest. And softly step forward. Left heel turns down. And come up into second warrior. Make sure your step is big enough. Sink into your hips. Maybe you pulse a little bit. Feel the weight getting down. Make sure you keep rooting that left foot into the floor. And then from here, lift your right arm forward, up and over. Really feel that you stretch from your right hip to your right fingertips. Don't make it a back bend. Nice side stretch here. One more deep inhale. And then come back to the center, extending your right leg out. If you want to, you can make your step a little bit smaller. Heel toe your left foot slightly forward. And then bring your right arm to the front as far as you can. Lengthen that side. And then bring your right hand in front of your ankle or your shin. Left arm on top of your right. Make a long line. Try to keep your tailbone reaching down in the direction of your left foot. So you can keep everything stacked on top of each other. Maybe you like to extend the left arm over your ear just to give yourself a little bit of a deeper side extension. One more deep in and exhale here. And then look down, rise all the way up. Slowly bring your hands onto your hips. Turn your right toes to the long side of your mat. Now make sure you keep your knees into a micro bend so you're not going to hang into the back of your thighs. Lift your heart and start to come halfway forward first. When you're halfway down, you bring your hands onto the floor. Maybe you extend your upper body a little bit, shift your weight even more to the front. Keep that knee soft, don't hang to the back. And then walk your hands in between your feet, or maybe through your own legs, reaching the crown of your head in the direction of the mat. Now come back to your breath. See if you can not drop your elbows to the sides. Keep your elbows and your wrists in one line. Staying here for one more deep in and exhale. And then slowly start to walk your hands back under your shoulders. Pull your navel in, hands back onto your hips. And then rise up with a long spine. From here you turn your right toes back to the front. Maybe you make your step a little bit bigger. Reach forward, up and over. One deep breath here. And then slowly circle your hands down. Now step your right foot behind your left knee. See if you can spin your heart underneath your arm into wild thing pose. Keep pressing your hips up. Stay onto the toes of your right foot. Let your head release to the back. And then flip all the way back, maybe into a one-legged high plank. And slowly go through your vinyasa, maybe on one leg here. 2 feet feet on the floor in your back bend. And come back into downward dog. A few in and exhalations here. Are you still breathing to your belly? Space into your rib cage. Use the full capacity of your lungs all the time. Now when you're ready, see if you can bring that left leg up. Open your left hip on top of your right. Don't hang into your shoulder. Squeeze that heel to your right sitting bone, knee up. Keep pressing to the back. One more in an exhalation here. And then you extend your leg back up. Now bring your left knee to your left upper arm or shoulder. And reach back up. Left knee to your right arm. And rise back up. The knee to your chest. And with softness, step your foot forward. Opening up into second warrior. Just need to turn around for you for a moment. Nice. And then from here, see if you can sink down. Make sure that that right arm is not dropping down. Keep it active next to your shoulder. And then circle your left arm forward, up and over to the side. Really feel the stretch all the way from your left hip to your left fingertips. Don't extend that left leg out. Keep your knee on top of your ankle. One more inhale. And rise back up. Slowly lengthening your left leg. Maybe walk that right foot slightly in. And then we go to the front. First, lengthen all the way out. Lengthen through that side. When you cannot go any further, bring your hand in front of your ankle or your shin. Right arm on top of your left. Try to keep everything stacked on top of each other. So don't bring it forward. Rise up with the right shoulder. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Maybe you have the idea that you want to pull your feet towards each other. Some action at the inside of your legs. Maybe you bring your right arm all the way over your head, finding just a little bit more length in that right side. One more deep in and exhale here. Then you look down, rise all the way back up. Then turn your left toes to the long side of your mat. Then hands back onto your hips. Make sure you're not going to bring it all the way to the back. Keep that weight forward into your toes. Maybe you lift your heels a little bit off the floor, then come halfway forward. Hands onto the mat underneath your shoulders. Maybe you find the extension into your upper body for a moment. And then you walk your hands back. Keep that weight forward. Pull your elbows back. Stay here for a few deep in and exhalations. Make sure that you're not dropping your elbows to the sides. Maybe you go for your headstand for a moment. If you're all the way up into your headstand, take one more deep breath. And then you open your legs back to the sides. You circle them all the way back down to the floor. And when you're back down, just start to walk your hands back under your shoulders. Hands onto your hips. And rise up with a long spine. And then you turn your left toes back to the front of your mat. Arms back to next to your shoulders. Slowly reaching forward, up and over into reverse warrior. And then circle all the way down. Stepping your left foot behind your right leg and open your heart. Try to keep extending through that right leg. Push your hips up. Open your chest. Make sure you still breathe. Keep your face relaxed. One more inhale. And then slowly flip all the way back. Maybe one-legged plank. And then go go to your vinyasa from here. Backing down dog. If you like to, you can take a moment into child's pose. Otherwise, you stay into your downward facing dog. Just come back to your breath. Take a few deep in and exhalations. Maybe you breathe out through your mouth. Breathing is so nice. See if you can really enjoy it. Feeding your own body. Taking good care of it with a nice deep breath. Now when you're all the way into child's pose, slowly start to make your way back up into downward facing dog. Then bring your right leg up. Hug your knee all the way to your chest and softly step down. Left heel turns down into the floor. Come all the way up into first warrior. Now feel that you pull your left hip forward a little bit. Drag that right hip back. Outside of your left foot is pressing down. Maybe you can look up in between the palms of your hands, or you bring your hands all the way together for a moment. One more deep inhale. And then open up your elbows, your heart. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch your arms away from your upper body, shoulder blades together. And slowly come forward into humble warrior. It's fine if you bend over your right thigh. If you want to get at the inside of your right leg, it's fine too. Just make sure your hips stay facing the back of your mat. Don't let them pop to the right. One more deep in and exhale here. And then slowly rise all the way back up. Now from here, bring your hands onto your hips. Make your step a little bit smaller. Not too small. Make sure both heels are down. You can lengthen both legs out. So it is different for everyone. Find your own variation. Hips facing the front of your mat. And then see this time if you can keep that left hand onto your hip, onto your lower back. Bring your right arm up. And see if you can pull in from your hips. Lift your heart up. And exhale. Reach forward as far as you can. Deep inhale, lift up. Open your chest. And exhale. Do it slowly forward over that right thigh. Two more. Rise up. And exhale, lower. Last time, lifting up. Find the length, don't collapse. And slowly lower down. Then release that left hand. Both hands next to your right foot. Lift your heart halfway up. And exhale, bow forward. Maybe you use your blocks. Deep inhale, lift up. And exhale, bow down. Last time, lift up. And slowly lower. Now maybe you stay here. Maybe you want to do a variation with your arms. You can lengthen them all the way forward, high onto your fingertips. Maybe you want to bring them to the back. Just do whatever feels good for you. Keep that right hip next to your left as much as you can. Feel your breath into your belly. And then gently release your hands back next to your right foot. Now bend that right knee a little bit, shift your weight onto your right leg. If you like to, you take a deep inhale, you lengthen your upper body for a moment, and then bow over your right thigh, wrapping your right hand around your right ankle or your heel. Pull that left leg up nice and high into a standing split. Taking one more deep in and exhale. And then bring your left leg all the way down next to your right. Take a moment, maybe you place your feet a little bit wider, hanging forward. Maybe you move from side to side. Soften everything. And then slowly slowly release your arms all the way down. Gently roll up vertebra by vertebra. And when you're all the way back up, you bring your feet back together. Hands back in front of your heart. And take a deep inhale, rise up. Exhale, slowly lower. Half lift on your inhale. And exhale, step. Maybe you like to hop back. Cobra or up dog. And come back to downward facing dog. And we go for the other side. Left leg rises. Gently pull your knee to your chest. And step all the way forward. Now root your right heel down into the floor. Come all the way up into warrior one. Try to drag that right hip forward a little bit, left hip back. Feel the space for your breath. Soft shoulders. Maybe you look all the way up. If you want to, you bring the palms of your hands together, look to your thumbs. One more deep inhale here. On your exhale, open your chest. Interlace your fingers behind you. Stretch your arms away. Open your heart up. And from there, you come forward into your humble warrior. Pull that left hip back. Keep pressing the outside of your right foot down. Relax your neck. Feel the stretch in your arms. One more deep in and exhale. And come all the way back up. Arms up. And this time you lengthen your left leg. Make your step a little bit smaller. You could bring your hands onto your hips first, sorry. Make sure you have a nice steady foundation. Don't let your feet cross each other. Left foot at the left side, right foot at the right side of the center of your mat. And then keep your right hand onto your lower back or your hip. Left arm rises up. And then pull up, open your chest. And exhale, big circle forward, bow down. Deep inhale, rise all the way back up. Lift your heart. And slowly bow down. Last time, lift up and over. And gently bend forward. And bring your hands next to your left foot. Deep inhalation, lift your heart up. Maybe use your blocks. And exhale, bow down. Deep inhale, lift back. And exhale, slowly lower. Last time, lift up. And bend all the way down. And then just stay here. If you like to, you come back into another variation with your arms. Make sure that you keep pulling your inner thighs up towards each other. Staying here for one more deep breath. And then slowly bring your hands back. Lift your heart halfway up. And then bend your left knee, shift your weight forward. Right leg rises all the way up. Deep inhale. And exhale, bow over that left leg. Pull your right leg up high into the sky. Same here. Make sure you're not going to hang to the back. That makes it just even more difficult. You can keep your standing leg kind of soft. Keep lengthening through that right foot. Maybe you spread your toes. One more deep in and exhale. And then bring your right leg all the way down next to your left. Take a moment to hang forward. Upper body over your thighs. Maybe you catch your elbows this time. And just take one more in and exhalation here. And slowly release your arms down. Walk your feet back together a little bit. And then from here, bring your left leg back. Come all the way into a lunge. Bring your knee down to the floor. Lift your heart up. Lengthen your arms. Nice And then from here, see if you can slowly change your legs. Open up your hips. Just step forward, lower down. Keep everything strong. Keep your side body long. Just feel the stretch at the front of your body. Do it a few times until you end up with your right leg forward again. Nice. And when you're all the way back down, maybe you feel that your hips can sink down a little bit more. Bring your arms all the way behind your back and lift your chest. Maybe you can let your head hang a little bit to the back. And slowly come back up. Hands come onto the floor, onto your blocks. And then shift your hips back. Extend that right leg out. See if you can bring it in front of your chest bone, hands under your shoulders. Deep inhale, lift your heart up. And exhale, bow all the way down into Hanumanasana. Just taking a few breaths here. See if you can keep pulling your toes towards the crown of your head. Still breathe into your lower belly, into your pelvic floor. And slowly start to lift your heart back up. Walk your hands back under your shoulders if you walk them forward or if you replace them. And then pull your hips back a little bit, squeeze your navel in. See if you can lift your right foot off the floor, finding some strength. Pull it up a few times. And bring it back down. Slowly shift your weight forward. And then you just hop your legs the other way around. Bring the other leg forward. Nice. And then from here, you slowly circle your arms up. Sink down into your hips. Just find the length here for a moment. Hips go down, soft back, deep breath. Open your chest. And if you like to, you open up your heart. Bring your hands onto your lower back. Open up the front. You can bring your elbows, your shoulder blades a little bit closer. And gently come back up. Hands back next to your foot. Hips go to the back on top of your right knee. Lengthen your left leg. Pull your toes towards you. Take a deep inhale, extending out your upper body. And then slowly start to bow down. It's fine if you stay up. Try not to round too much. Keep your heart lifted forward. Bow your belly over your thigh. See how far you can come. You can also extend your arms out here. Always keep listening to your own body. Finding out what really works for you. Staying here for one more breath. And then walk your hands all the way back under your shoulders. Pull that hip back a little bit and then pull your leg off the floor. Pulse it up a few times. And then bring your heel back down. Come back onto your left leg. And then just step your right foot forward. Just bow down. Deep inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Deep inhale, lengthen back up. And exhale, slowly bend forward. Half lift on your inhale. Then exhale, step, or maybe you hop back into plank. Cobra or up dog from here. And come back into downward facing dog. And then from here, look in between your hands. Soften your knees and step or float into a seated position. And then bring your knees to your chest. Maybe just hug them for a moment, bringing your toes off the floor. Just feel your sitting bones rooted down. Try to keep your lower back long. And maybe you can catch your big toes with your middle finger, your index finger and your thumb. Slowly bringing your feet forward a little bit. Maybe you can extend your legs out a little bit more. Maybe you push them all the way up. Keep your heart pulling up in between your shoulders. Try not to hang into your upper back or into your lower back. Keep rising nice and high. Maybe look to your toes. Staying here for one more breath. And then slowly release your feet. Bring your arms to the front. Stay nice and high. Keep your feet together, toes together. Look to your toes here. Just for one more breath. And then bring yourself just above the floor. Hold it. Push your lower back into the earth. Extend through your feet, through your fingers. Staying here for one more deep in an exhalation. And lift yourself all the way back up. See if you can grab your toes again. Pull your legs up even more. Maybe you can bring your legs all the way towards you or your forehead to your shins. Nice. And then gently cross your ankles. Bring your feet underneath your sitting bones. And make your way back into downward facing dog. We don't have that much time anymore, so let's go to your splits, to your Hanumanasana. If you want to grab your blocks, bring your right leg all the way forward. Left knee comes down. And then from here, if you want to bring your blocks underneath your hands, can be really important. You want to keep your upper body tall. Keep lengthening out of your hips. Try not to collapse. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you can start to walk one foot forward, the other leg back. You can keep that back toe tucked under if you like to. And then just sink down. If you want to, you bring a block underneath your sitting bone. Maybe 2, maybe 3. See if you can keep your hips aligned, left knee facing down. Just see how far you can come. Keep your upper body tall. Really, you lift your rib cage away from your hips. Only if you have the strength to stay into the center, not dropping to the side. You can walk your hands onto your hips. Maybe you like to extend your arms all the way up. Looking up to the sun. Now just see if you can stay where you are for one more breath. If you're all the way into your full splits, gently come back. Do it slowly. Maybe after your practice you do it one more time and you stay a little bit longer, breathing a little bit deeper. Now from here, bring your right leg back, shake it out. And then you bring your right knee down, bring your left leg forward. Maybe you come forward first. Really feel that you need the opening of your right hip and the lengthening of your left thigh. And then, the back of your thigh, your hamstrings. And then from here, you can see if you can slowly come a little bit deeper into your pose. Make sure you're not falling to one side. Everybody's body is different, but also every day your own body is different. So really listen to what you can do at this very moment. Try to keep that right hip forward a little bit, left hip back. See what you can do. Push yourself away from the floor. Keep the engagement of your inner legs. If you want to, you walk your hands up. Or you extend them all the way out. It's just an option. It can also be in front of your heart, into Hanumanasana. Into... I completely lost it now. Sorry. Anjali Mudra. Sorry. One more deep breath here. And then really slowly bring your hands back down. Gently start to pull yourself back up if you're in your full splits. Then drag your left leg back, shake it out. And then you bring your knee back, cross your ankles, and slowly start to come onto your back. Laying down onto your back, and you start to relax a little bit. If If you want to, you bring your knees to your chest, make a few circles. I would definitely say go on with a few more splits. Now you are born. And splits need dedication, patience. Don't rush it. Just do it regularly, and then everything will come. Now from here, come back to the center, bring your left leg down. Maybe you hop your hips a little bit to the right side, bring your right knee to the left. Take an easy twist. You can always find another variation in your twist if you like to. Just make sure you start to calm down your mind and your breath. Feel that you get space in your spine, all the way from your lower back to your neck, into your shoulders. And then you come back to the center. Maybe you want to hug your knees to your chest for a moment, center your spine. And then your right leg comes down. Maybe your hips a little bit to the left. And then let your left knee move over to the right. Make sure that you start to calm down your breathing. Feel it flow up and down through your spine. Come back to the middle. Hug your knees to your chest one more time. And then you can end your practice with a headstand or a shoulder stand. Otherwise you come into Shavasana. And then make sure that you stay into your Shavasana for a couple of minutes. Really use that last pose to let your body relax. Let your whole practice integrate into every muscle. Feel the energy flowing. Give yourself that moment. After your Shavasana, you can gently start to rise back up, coming into a comfortable seated position. Really take your time, no rush. When you're back into a seated position, keep your eyes closed for a moment. Feel how you're doing. Maybe coming back to your intention. And then you bring your hands in front of your heart, taking a deep inhale. On your exhale, you bow your head to your own heart. And thank yourself for your practice today. Thank you all for joining. If you have any questions, please send me a message. Otherwise, hope to see you